What if I told you there's a place where summer isn't just a season, it's a statement of power? Welcome to Monaco, the shimmering jewel of the Mediterranean, where billionaires don't just vacation, they perform. As the summer sun hits the Riviera, the streets of Monte Carlo transform into a catwalk of supercars, couture, and confidence. The roar of a $5 million Bugatti echoes off the marble walls. A supermodel steps out of a Rolls-Royce in a gown worth more than a mansion, and the air is thick with perfume, champagne, and pure ambition. Every corner of Monaco tells a story of speed, beauty, and unimaginable wealth. Yachts glisten like floating palaces, penthouses touch the sky, and the sound of engines mixes with laughter from terraces where deals worth millions are made over a single glass of rosé. This is summer 2025, and Monaco has never looked more alive. But behind every flawless image lies a silent race for attention, for status, for legacy. Because in Monaco, being rich isn't enough. You have to look rich. Welcome back to Inside the Billionaires, where we explore the world of those who live beyond limits. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because today we're taking you deep inside the heart of Monaco's most glamorous summer yet, where supercars meet supermodels and luxury becomes a lifestyle. Every year, as the first week of June arrives, Monaco awakens like a sleeping beauty kissed by gold. The harbor fills with the world's most spectacular yachts, the streets glow with the reflection of neon lights and polished chrome, and Monte Carlo becomes the stage for a billionaire symphony, one made of engines, diamonds, and dreams. This isn't just a city, it's a playground of perfection. Every detail, from the marble sidewalks to the scent of luxury perfumes drifting through the air, whispers that this is where the world's elite come to play. Tech moguls, movie stars, and royal heirs descend upon the Riviera for the same reason: to be seen, to be envied, and to live without limits. The Monaco Grand Prix brings the thunder of Formula One to the narrow streets. The Monte Carlo Gala fills the terraces with royalty and supermodels, and the Monaco Yacht Show transforms the coastline into a floating gallery of billion-dollar beauty. Here, even a casual morning coffee at Café de Paris might cost $100, not for the drink, but for the view. Bugattis lined up like trophies, and strangers wearing watches that could buy an island. But behind every sparkling smile and designer suit, there's something more than glamour. Because in Monaco, every summer is a silent competition, not for money, but for dominance. If Monaco had a heartbeat, it would sound like the growl of a V12 engine echoing through the streets of Monte Carlo. Here, the roads aren't for commuting, they're for parading. Every morning, the sun rises over the Côte d'Azur, and the streets transform into a moving exhibition of automotive art. Bugatti Chirons hum beside McLaren P1s. Ferraris flash their red armor under palm trees, and Lamborghinis scream past in bursts of color and thunder. Each car costs more than most people will earn in a lifetime. And yet, in Monaco, it's just another Tuesday. Locals call it the Billionaire's Jungle. And in this jungle, the loudest engine always wins. Some owners change cars like they change outfits. One for breakfast at the Hôtel de Paris, another for an evening drive to the marina. Even the parking spaces outside Casino Square have become legendary, where tourists gather just to film millionaires revving engines worth $5 million. But for Monaco's elite, owning a supercar isn't about transportation, it's presentation. Every rare color, custom interior, and diamond-plated rim is a code, a statement. I don't just have wealth, I design it. And yet, behind this roar of horsepower and ego lies something even more powerful: a secret stage where the true battles of prestige and influence take place. Because in Monaco, the race doesn't happen on the track, it happens in the streets. Beyond the shining streets and roaring engines lies another world, quieter but infinitely more exclusive. Welcome to Port Hercules, where Monaco's most breathtaking secrets float on crystal waters. Here, the yachts aren't just boats, they're floating palaces. Each one costs between $100 to $300 million, designed by the same architects who build royal palaces and luxury resorts. Step aboard and you enter a different universe. Marble floors, infinity pools overlooking the sea, private cinemas, helipads, and art collections worth more than museums. By day, they glisten under the Riviera sun, their chrome reflections dancing on the turquoise waves. By night, they transform into floating nightclubs where the music is soft, the champagne flows endlessly, and conversations decide the next big merger or million-dollar collaboration. Access, invitation only. Even billionaires can't simply walk in. These are the offshore boardrooms of the ultra-rich, where friendship, loyalty, and deals are measured in diamonds and discretion. From the deck, you can see Monaco glowing like a jewel, and the hum of supercars fades into the distance. It's paradise, but paradise with rules. Because on these waters, every guest matters, and every secret is priceless. And while the world watches from the shore, only a chosen few know what truly happens beyond the yacht lights, where luxury meets power, and power always wins. As the yachts gleam in the harbor and supercars roar through the streets, another kind of power takes over Monaco: beauty. But not the fleeting kind found on magazine covers. This is the beauty that commands attention, negotiates million-dollar contracts, and turns every gaze into an opportunity. Each summer, Monaco becomes a magnet for the world's top models and fashion icons. From Paris to Milan, from New York to Dubai, they all arrive here, drawn to the Riviera like moths to a golden flame. But they're not just here to pose. Many come to network, to launch brands, to strike deals with luxury houses and private investors who only meet face to face. You'll see them at terrace cafes, in couture dresses that shimmer under the Mediterranean sun. Their presence turns every corner of Monte Carlo into a catwalk, a seamless blend of glamour and business. Behind every smile is strategy. Behind every outfit, a brand deal. Some are ambassadors for houses like Dior, Cartier, and Versace. Others build their own empires, beauty lines, jewelry collections, even tech startups. In Monaco, they aren't just admired, they are respected players in the billion-dollar luxury ecosystem. Because here, power doesn't always roar like an engine. Sometimes it walks in heels. And while cameras capture their glow on the red carpets, few realize that some of these women don't just date billionaires, they become them. In Monaco, fashion isn't just about what you wear, it's about what it says. Every outfit is a declaration of status, every watch, every handbag, a passport to a higher circle. During the summer of 2025, Monaco's fashion scene becomes a kingdom of couture. Designer boutiques line the Carré d'Or, Dior, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Bulgari, and Hermès, each store glimmering like a temple of desire. Inside, private showrooms are reserved for invitation-only clients, where stylists whisper prices that never appear on tags. Then comes the Monaco Fashion Week, not a chaotic runway, but a controlled spectacle of exclusivity. Models glide through marble halls in $50,000 gowns, while guests sip vintage champagne. Cameras aren't always allowed. Privacy is part of the price of admission. For the billionaires of Monaco, fashion is a language of dominance. One might wear a custom-made suit lined with 24-karat thread, another, a minimalist white dress from a designer whose waiting list stretches a year long. Here, elegance isn't loud, it's quiet power. Some of the richest residents commission entire collections made only for them. One-of-one pieces that will never appear in stores. These creations aren't clothes. They're investments, wearable assets that appreciate in value and symbolize belonging to a world where taste is the ultimate currency. Because in Monaco, fashion doesn't follow trends, it creates them. And those who can afford to keep up don't just buy luxury, they own it. In Monaco, space is the ultimate luxury. At just 0.76 square miles, this tiny principality is smaller than New York's Central Park, yet it's home to some of the most expensive real estate on Earth. Owning a home here isn't about comfort, it's about status. Each square foot of land costs nearly $10,000, and the rarest apartments soar to $100,000 per square meter, prices that would make even Beverly Hills blush. The Golden Square, Monaco's crown jewel, is lined with glass towers that reflect the sea like mirrors of wealth. Buildings like One Monte Carlo and Tour Odeon rise toward the sky, filled with penthouses that come with private elevators, infinity pools, and 24-hour butlers who greet their residents by name. But the newest obsession is Portier Cove, a $2.3 billion land reclamation project extending Monaco's shoreline into the sea. Designed to be a floating neighborhood of eco-luxury, its residences will host only a few dozen billionaires, a literal private peninsula for the global elite. Buying a property here isn't easy. You don't just need money, you need acceptance. Applicants are screened, backgrounds checked, and only those deemed fit for the Monaco lifestyle are allowed to call it home. Because in this world, real estate isn't shelter, it's immortality. To own a home in Monaco is to claim your place among the untouchable. And yet, even among the clouds of wealth and glass towers, another world waits for night to fall. A world that wakes only when the sun disappears. When the sun finally dips behind the Riviera, Monaco doesn't sleep. It transforms. The glittering streets of the day give way to a darker kind of luxury, one lit by chandeliers, champagne, and secrets. At night, the elite gather where cameras can't follow. The rhythm of the city shifts, the hum of engines fades into the deep pulse of bass, echoing from behind velvet doors at Jimmy's, Sass Cafe, and the legendary Billionaire Club. Inside, the atmosphere is electric. Waiters glide between tables carrying bottles of gold-covered champagne. DJs flown in from Ibiza spin tracks only 100 people will ever hear. At the VIP lounges, princes and investors sit shoulder to shoulder with Hollywood faces and fashion moguls, laughing, whispering, closing deals worth millions. In this world, privacy is currency. Phones stay in pockets, conversations happen in code. And every handshake might be the beginning of a new empire. Beyond the noise, outside on the terrace, the view is unreal. The harbor below sparkles with reflections of yacht lights dancing on the waves. A soft breeze carries the scent of the sea and roses from the Monte Carlo gardens. And as the clock nears dawn, the music fades. The billionaires step back into their cars, engines purring softly as they return to penthouses high above the city. Because here, luxury never ends. It simply changes outfits. And as the first light of morning brushes against the marble skyline, Monaco prepares to do it all again. Ultimately, Monaco is more than just a destination. It's a mirror that reflects humanity's endless desire for beauty, success, and immortality. Here, every car, every yacht, every diamond tells a story. Not just of wealth, but of dreams realized and dreams still chasing the horizon. For some, Monaco is a destination. For others, it's just the beginning. Where ambition finds its truest form. But beyond the gold and glitter, there's a deeper truth. The world doesn't come to Monaco to escape reality. They come here to create their own world. Because this tiny principality isn't built on land, it's built on legend. A legend made of luxury, mystery, and the belief that life, when lived to the fullest, feels like art. As the last of the yacht lights fade and the sea turns silver in the morning sun, Monaco remains what it is, a stage for the impossible. So tell me, which world has captivated you the most? The roar of supercars, the elegance of models, or a hidden empire that never sleeps? Comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because next time we'll be diving even deeper into Inside the Billionaires, where money is just the beginning and dreams never end.